Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, I had my vacation and now the whole job stuff starts again. So last time, as usual, at least I enjoyed my vacation and the next vacation is not that far away. So Christmas and so on, you know. However, we will start to go directly to the next, just to check the data and take a look what's happening with the market, what we could expect next. And as you see here, we are once again just creating an uptrend channel that, in my opinion, can end once again and to go down, but we need to see because I was expecting 21,800. We maintained very well this level. Afterwards we went up to 22,400, 300, and it looks extremely, well, not really bullish, but you know, they are pushing. SPY, SPX also supporting that trend. Of course, the XY as well. We went down even more, hitting 107.8, and in my opinion, like you remember what I mentioned last week related to the XY, that I could expect to go down to that area again, and afterwards just after some time to go up again. And in my opinion, that should be the next one. Volume on SPX declining at the moment, as you can see, really low, to be honest, really low. And we need to see what's going to happen next. I'm still not convinced of the whole thing that Bitcoin is doing. In my opinion, that's just a fake rally that will end. Even the volume, it's nice. Just to be honest, it's not that, at least on Bitcoin, USDT pair on Binance doesn't look that bad, but we will see, because the whole beginning wasn't really good at all, in my opinion. That's not how I was thinking, or in my opinion should start. We didn't retest even 20,500 as mentioned, and we just are going up. That's usually nothing that ends very well. Weights ratio, lifting up the daily one to right now 56. So the weights ratio, we will see if it's going to rise even more. Then weights ratio 30 days moving average should lift up afterwards again. So we are still maintaining a level, I would say average, something between 53 or something. So we could go up to 53 in the next few days. We will see. We are still maintaining a level above of 50 in the 30 days moving average. That's really wow. So the 1 hour time frame, I should refresh that here. So as we see here also, that the weights ratio 1 hour was indicating we could go up even more. That's what I said also last Saturday, that it was looking like, and I wasn't that wrong. So indicating the weights want to let the price go up. Also indicating that it's, under control, and usually, as mentioned, they use that to distribute at the same time, and afterwards when they are done, that's it, and we go down again. So weights ratio 30 hours moving average, it's what it did. So it declined. We are at 88 at the moment, so it's indicating that we can even go a little bit higher. The big problem I see here is, well, stablecoin supply lifted up, declined. So it's lifted up just close before we went up, and it's declining now, indicating that they use the money, and at the same time, and that's what we can see on stablecoin reserves on exchanges, that it lifted up and it's declining right now. So it declined a lot, to be honest, really a lot. I mean, we are talking about almost 500 million over the weekend, and that matches with the whale alerts I was receiving indicating 90 millions withdraw from Binance every few hours. That was really crazy. It surprised me. In one day, that was weekend, that was Saturday, if I'm not wrong, 270 millions outflow. So indicating once again they are using that just to distribute, and I'm still missing my 20,500 retest. It's not happening, and in my opinion it's not part of the plan, so we will go down again. For me, I'm still convinced we are not. It doesn't look that good as I was hoping, to be honest, because I flipped back to bullish, but I'm absolutely not convinced. For me, it's still part of distribution and shakeout. So let us go forward. So yeah, you remember here that was actually Friday, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Friday we had a nice inflow activity indicating that big inflows were coming. I mean, 3,200 here, another 2,600 here, another 2,600 here. Then they had a outflow, stablecoin outflow of 140 millions. And even here, that was Saturday. It wasn't big at all, but for Saturday it was big because usually they don't make any big flow activity on Saturdays. But here also in few hours, just something like 2,500 bitcoins or something. So right now, as you also can see, we started here in the aggregated volume. We started big, declined, lifted up a little bit, but that's what it's doing, and right now it's lifting up again. So in my opinion, at the moment when that's happening, we are close to be done with that rally, in my opinion. So we need to see. Right now, also here 1,000 bitcoins coming in. So in the last few hours, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 4,500 bitcoins. We received 47 millions to stablecoins to spot exchanges. Not bad, but not that huge. However, they can buy, of course, and at the same time just last hour 66 million in outflows. So even bigger than those 47 millions. They are distributing, just distributing, and exchanges, in my opinion, I'm not going to say they are the main driver, but you can see here also stablecoin outflows. You see, that's the net flow to spot exchanges. It's, I mean, distribution, and when they are done, we will go down again. It's just a matter of time, as usual. So still not convinced of this rally here. Well, let us take a look what's happening here to future trading. Well, you remember funding rate lifted up, declined a bit, it's lifting up again. So it looks very bullish on futures. Everybody is indicating it's demanding more longs than shorts. Open interest also here, it declined here, but back again, even higher than before. So also here, everything indicates to have a new dump very soon. But first of all, as mentioned, yeah, we will have some shakeouts first. So leverage ratio, it's what it did, and yeah, it's still very high. So also here indicating that traders are gambling again. Stablecoin inflow to derivative exchanges lifted up 146 millions just in the last hour, but at the same time we can see here 140 millions outflow, another 70 millions, another 144 millions. So someone is taking profit, it seems, right now. And even here, for example, related to Bitcoins, to derivative exchanges, less. So after this big 7,000 Bitcoin inflows to derivative exchanges, it declined a lot, even if it's, of course, because of Monday, it's lifting up again, but the volume and the flow activity maintains relatively low. So aggregated, they have started to liquidate some longs, like they did here. They shaked out a lot of shorts. The problem right now is that people are so convinced we will go down that they are placing shorts. So at a certain time we will go back hitting 20,000, in my opinion, 20,500. I mean, you know, if they miss that, because that's golden rule, just to retest that area and to go up afterwards like they did with 19.5, and I'm still missing it. In my opinion, because they are noticing, hey, more shots are coming in, so let us go more up to liquidate them. And if you check that here, I mean, it was overloaded with longs. They liquidated here some longs, not big, 300, what was it, 350. Another 320 Bitcoins. And then here 460 Bitcoins, longs, just with this, you know, lifted up, late longs, then declined. But at the same time, they just liquidated 1,440 Bitcoins in shorts. Another 280 here, and so on and so forth. And right now, just in the last 2 hours, they liquidated almost 250 Bitcoins in longs. So it's, you know, I mean, if you check, they liquidated a lot of shorts here because nobody was expecting such move. And that was a classic pump and dump to liquidate, to shake out this, in my opinion, driven by exchanges, because it doesn't make sense for weights to make this. They don't have any interest. I couldn't see that, to be honest. No, not really. I wouldn't see any reason why a whale would make a pump and dump, for example, to shake out. But, you know. So, open interest, as mentioned, just to go back to show you, that was before we dumped, that was the open interest, and the open interest is now bigger than we have right now an open interest level like beginning of June. Okay, that's crazy. Funding rate similar, also top here at the moment. That's what we can see. And leverage ratio even higher. So that's the purple line. That's the estimated leverage ratio. It's here. While it was in June here. So just to make it the difference, to show you, leverage ratio was here. Oh no, let us go a little bit higher. So here was the open interest. That's the current level we have right now. Here was the leverage ratio. Our leverage ratio is here right now. And our funding rate was on the top. It's on the top, indicating demanding more longs. It was here a lot of leverage. Now it's even higher with a top of open interest, at least the same level than before. So what should I say? It's going to be a big party, I guess, for exchanges soon, because you know, if the funding rate is lifting up that much with such an open interest and leverage ratio, it's just a question of hours, days, And we have some big events this week that could give us enough arguments just to bring some volatility in to start to liquidate all of them, because tomorrow is core CPI, CPI mom, CPI YOY for August, so the yearly one, the monthly one, and even Wednesday with PPI, Thursday core retail sales, initial jobless claims, retail sales for August. And then even Friday, CPI for yearly for Europe in Friday. So it's going to be absolutely exciting. And in my opinion, with such an open interest and leverage ratio, it's going to be a big, big party for exchanges, no doubts. Well, Binance still indicating we still have a lot more shorts. We have 1.9 billion in shorts. That's a lot, just too much in my opinion. Too many are expecting we will go down, and as we did with longs, first of all, try to shake out the longs before we go up, and in my opinion the same will happen with shorts. They will go down, then go up again to shake out all of them, then to go down again, and then to go up again to shake them out. And when they noticed, okay, less shorts are coming in, then we can dump. And that's a process. It takes a little bit. But on Bitfinex, 2.3 billions, and well, I mean, that's a big difference. As usual, Ethereum looks much healthier in my opinion. So take a look on Binance and let us see what Binance is indicating here on Kingfisher related to the liquidation clusters. So still nothing very close to the current price. They liquidated, it seems, everything that was close to the price. You remember 19.6 and so on and so forth. So everything it's done. We have a low leverage short position at 39k. That's the biggest one. And on longs, the biggest one is on 30,500. The second big one would be almost at 20k. That would start to liquidate them at 20,500. So we need to see how far they want to go, because in my opinion, SPY, SPX will go down and Bitcoin should follow. So it's really just a matter of time. I don't care if they go to 23. We are not going to see 26k. I'm, in my opinion, right now, without their retest of 20,500, just to go up like crazy, maintain there and push up and push up and push up even more just to liquidate shorts, doesn't make me bullish. Even I was bullish, I'm now less bullish than before just because of the whole price action. So yeah, that's how it looks like. If we check, for example, now FTX, if that matches from the structure, just to see if one big entity is maybe just using both exchanges, because FTX loves to use Binance, or at least the same actors. No, it looks different. Maybe this one would be the same, but it's absolutely different. And even here the volume declined even more. That's crazy on FTX. 18 million. We had almost 70 million last week. That's really crazy. Okay, let's go forward. So let us see what's happening to the market, who is driving mainly the market, what exchanges is much more active at the moment, and if we can figure out what entity is the main driver at the moment. So we can see, in my opinion, that doesn't make any sense not to buy the dip, but to start to buy at a higher level. That's something that FTX is doing, because they started to buy here. That was at a price, we can check that, at a price above of 21k. Nonsense. They were distributing at a lower than 20k. in my opinion, absolutely nonsense. Matches to I don't believe this rally. I don't trust this rally at all. Of course, it correlates with the aggregated spot CBD, even with the Bitcoin collateral one that's rising. I mean, it's wondering me a little bit, but maybe we will see why it's rising. We will see what Bitfinex is doing. And even stablecoin, well, we know that stablecoin margin contracts correlates very well to the aggregated. Otherwise, it's, you know, it can happen. So Binance, well, it's as usual the main driver. I mean, you can see very well what's happening. It's a one-to-one copy of what's happening here. I mean, they are just printing the charts at the moment. It's pure spot coming from Binance at the moment. That's Bitfinex. Bitfinex started very late to buy, or at least the CBD. Also, like even higher at 21,400, they started, they declined, and even here they bought even more. Also here, in my opinion, doesn't make any sense. Also here, just to say, they distributed like FTX, they distributed even more than FTX, and then they started here, also in my opinion, to distribute more, but the CBD is the cumulative volume delta, indicating in certain candles they dump it, but like here, for example, and then they started to lift up again, they buy. So not that bad. I mean, from minus 5.5 to minus 2.5, it's a CBD gap of 3K. That's not bad at all. But now the most interesting part, it's Coinbase. Look what Coinbase is doing. I mean, why? You know, Coinbase is usual only buying, only positive CBD, and now declining. Well, it seems they are distributing. Now, back to Proto's article where they mentioned that MicroStrategy and Grayscale is using their positions as a big Bitcoin owners just to make here big deals. It wouldn't surprise me. It really not. That's really strange what Coinbase is doing here, to be honest. Really. Because they were even here, they didn't decline. It's always up, and then when you have such a positive price, they start to decline in CBD, indicating they are selling more than buying. So let us go and check what's happening here. Well, first of all, retailers, they started to buy again. Shrimps, not doing anything. These guys lifting up imbalances a little bit. The only guys that I know that are accumulating, these guys started to buy again. We know, I mean, the tendency is positive, but not accumulating like they did, for example, just here, you know? Oh, it's not happening. It's absolutely not happening. And these guys loves to buy while the price is lifting up. So not really the biggest and best trade behavior. And well, my key, not looking good at all. They are declining even more. We are still at 4,900,000. They didn't start to accumulate, and wow, that's pain in the ass. Of course, at the same time, these entities mainly related to exchanges lifting up because even the reserves on centralized exchanges lifted up. So not big, but you know, also here you can see activity maintains low, so they can push the price up. Doesn't make anything, absolutely anything. Only on futures it lifted up. Also explains the rising open interest. Right now you can see bigger OTC activity So I would be very careful what could happen next. At the same time, you can also see that here centralized exchanges were extremely active with a rising price, while look the whole gap on OTC. We just have here a little bit of activity, even here a little bit, but nothing big, and now it seems something is coming. So also here we need to be very careful. Reserves on exchanges lifting up as mentioned. That's spot reserves on centralized exchanges, and it's lifting up. Usually what happens when it lifted up? Well, I mean, every time lifted up, price declined. Lifted up, price declined. Lifted up, price declined. Lifted up, price declined. So it's always the same pattern, always the same. Only here it lifted up and we went up, and now it's more lifting up. So that's why I said it looks like preparation, in my opinion. We will see the next bigger shakeout very soon. You can see here also the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, and you can see how that matches very well. Taking profit, even here, you know, taking profit. While here, send stablecoins to centralized exchanges, price went up, they started to distribute, taking profit, taking profit, taking profit. When they are done, you know what's happening. So let us go forward. We start with Coinbase. Coinbase here limiting at 23k. That's not new, as you remember. So we went even higher than expected. Not 21,800. We are $500 up from here. They triggered here those buy orders, as you remember, and now it seems distributing. So would I expect to go up more? Well, usually we should go up to 24k, but as I mentioned, without any retest of 20,500, they can go to moon. I wouldn't trade that. It's, you know, every trader has to be his principles. For me, that's my principle. I need a clear retest. Without a clear retest, it's gambling. It's just push for a shakeout, and that's it. I don't know when they are going to shake out, but they can liquidate me, you know, with low volume but bigger leverage. That's what would happen. And that explains even why the leverage ratio is that high, because more people are using less money but higher leverage. So yeah, let us go to Deribit. Deribit not doing anything. They were here blocking a lot, but nothing now. Bitstamp also here 23k, but nothing. Still here, look how much liquidity still waiting there. So Binance Spot. Binance is still waiting at 25k, and also limiting the way up at 22,500 and 23 at the moment, waiting here at 21,200 and 19,700 and 20k. Also here they still have locked a lot of liquidity at 17k, for example. And you know, I mean, they love to do it. Every big nuke we had a pump before, a pump and dump, every. So it wouldn't absolutely surprise me. It's pain because I flipped to bullish. I really thought now they're, but at the moment doesn't look like. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 23k, nothing big, absolutely nothing. 20,500. And that's it. So even here on Bitfinex spot, nothing happening, nothing big. And you can see even the volume declined a lot here. We are talking about CBD 70, Bitcoin CBD plus 50, and here was a big one. So it seems that oh Jesus, that this pump and dump where they liquidated so many shorts and longs, but mainly shorts, those was mainly driven by Bitfinex. They had there a biggest volume delta, almost 800 bitcoins. That's absolutely uncommon. Very unusual for Bitfinex to have such a big volume delta. So, you know, FTX perp. FTX perp, they triggered their short position at 22,500, it seems. And right now limiting the way down at 21,500 and 21. A lot of liquidity waiting here between 20,900 and 20,500. Afterwards, nothing. OKEX, nothing. Kraken at 23k, limiting the way up. 21,400, 21, and also here still locking liquidity for nothing. We are talking here about 18, 17.6, 72. So yeah. BitMEX. Waiting at 23.7. Right now at 22,400. Waiting there 21,200 to the lower levels, and also waiting here 20,700. Another one at 20,300, and still here a lot of liquidity waiting. Binance futures. Also, as mentioned, so if they want to push hard like here, it will fail. So they are just pushing the price down again, or at least let them just buy their orders. That's what they are doing. It's futures, so they want to short here a lot, while expecting that longers could push up even more to trigger their short positions. Bitfinex derivatives, nothing, absolutely nothing. Let me see. No, it was mainly spot driven, this pump and dump here. Crazy. Just to shake out. Yeah, not even here. Well, Kraken futures shorting at the moment since here, it seems. So they are more shorting, well, even here. So more shorting than longing, but also here nothing big. OKEX futures, nothing. They are longing, but nothing big. Also here, nice algo trading. FTX spot. And this pump and dump, FTX spot, had even a negative volume delta. So it wasn't the driver here. Absolutely not. It was Bitfinex. Yeah. These guys, well, they removed the wall at 20,900, and then next bigger wall would be at 18. So they removed here a lot of liquidity, and they didn't place anything big. No, that's it. So let us go further to my personal conclusion.